Hello, everyone. It's September 1st, 2025. Happy Labor Day. It's Labor Day today in the United States. It's a federal holiday. Just wanted to cover some updates of the markets. We'll go over Bitcoin, Ethereum, Solana, Cardano, and XRP. I'll show you the charts, what has occurred this past month, and we'll talk about what's expected for this month and a few months ahead. So we're looking at the Bitcoin chart. Here's the monthly candle close for August. Close right around 108,200. Notice that Bitcoin made a new all-time high this month, 124,571, and it closed a little bit bearishly, but not too bearish, because you can notice that this candle wick, the July candle's high, and closed within the range of the July candle. Doesn't mean it's going to just die down and come all the way here. All it means is that it had a little bit of a bearish candle, so we have to now see what this candle will do, and I'll show you smaller time frames to see if we can find any bullishness for this trend to continue upwards. Let's go down to the weekly and see what the weekly is doing. As you can see, weekly came down into this area. This is an order block right here, which was not tapped before exactly, so price might come down a little bit, which it has. It has tapped into it, so there's a possibility it will turn around and go higher at this point and aim for this high right here. But we need to watch for a reversal to form, which hasn't done that yet. So we're watching these levels here to see if price will reverse and turn bullish. It hasn't occurred yet, so as of now on the daily candle, Bitcoin is bearish on the daily candle. The monthly is bullish, but the daily is bearish. So whenever the daily candle turns bullish, I wanted to take out this area right here. When this buy side liquidity, when price closes above here, when we go up here, this is what I want to see. This is what I want to see on this chart right here. Then I will be saying bullish again. Now, if BTC like goes down, sweeps this, and then takes this out and does something like this, that will also be bullish. So let's wait and see how far it goes. Let's, I mean, there is an area right here where it could come to, right around here. Okay, so there's a order block here with imbalance. It could come here. Let's hope it does not. Let's hope it turns around here. But if it does not, because it could turn right around here, it could. But if it does not, then the next area would be around here, 103,000. Okay, so those are the levels to watch for BTC. Let's look at Ethereum. So Ethereum had a good candle close here. on the monthly chart. Uh, Notice that Ethereum took out the previous all-time high, and if you guys watched my previous video, I was forecasting that most likely Ethereum will take that out in the month of August, and it did. So it had a good monthly candle close right at 43.89, closing above these highs. These were the relative equal highs that were put in 2024. So it took those and closed above those, which is a good bullish sign for Ethereum for it to continue its bull run in the month of September. So we might have a little bit of a retrace, and then it might do something like this and then continue higher. So let's look at the weekly chart for Ethereum. Weekly chart also looks good. Notice that this was here an order block with imbalance and a fair value gap right here. A bullish fair value gap. Notice what occurred. Price came in to that bullish fair value gap on the weekly and it bounced. And now price is ranging before continuing higher. So I do not anticipate Ethereum to drop below this at this point. I'm expecting that it will continue its up move without without too much of a pullback. Let's look at the daily chart as well. Yeah, right now Ethereum is looking quite bullish, more bullish than Bitcoin, and it needs to because it is quite behind, quite far behind. It has to catch up to Bitcoin, and it is, as I mentioned in my previous video, that we are in an alt season. So we're expecting Ethereum to outperform Bitcoin over the next few months. All right, let's look at the other ones real quick as well. Let's go over Solana. Solana also had a good monthly candle close. I'm expecting Solana to continue to go higher and take out its all-time highs around 300 and continue higher. As I mentioned before, I'm anticipating Solana to go anywhere from $1,000 to $2,000, if not higher. Let's look at Cardano real quick. Cardano had a good monthly candle close as well. Not as good as I was expecting. So I thought it would close above here by now, above 93 cents, 94 cents. It hasn't done that yet. Doesn't mean it's completely bearish. It just means it's pretty far behind. It has a lot of catching up to do. So yeah, once Cardano closes above here, let's see the weekly candle real quick. It needs to close above here, above $1.19 on the weekly before it can surge higher. So that could occur within the month of September. So let's see how it plays out in the month of September. And once Cardano actually closes on a monthly candle above $1.34, about $1.35, this area, it would be very, very bullish for Cardano. It will make, fast moves to its all-time highs, which is around $3, around here. Then it'll go higher. March upwards to $10. All right, let's look at XRP real quick. XRP has had a little bit of a bearish close, but it might just have a little bit of a pullback, like this, and then continue higher. So not too bearish. It's just having a little bit of a pullback before continuing higher. So that's everything I wanted to cover today. Let me recap, and I'll give you some important news items for this month coming up. So we have some important news items coming up here. For example, this this week, the first week of September, there will be NFP data coming out, non-farm payroll. So that shows us the jobs data. So that'll come out later this week. So keep an eye on that. That'll bring in volatility into the markets. Good job numbers will mean higher prices for Bitcoin and crypto and for the stock market in general also. PPI and CPI data comes out next week. So keep an eye on that. If those numbers come out below what the expectations are, or at the expectations, which means we want inflation to be coming down, that will be good for the markets. Also, the Fed is supposed to cut interest rates this month. We're expecting that. So, Fed Chair Jerome Powell will be hosting FOMC meeting this month. So that's another event to keep an eye on. That will, they'll increase a lot of volatility when that occurs. And if interest rates do come down, prices will surge higher for all of our assets in crypto as well as in the stock market. A few other things to keep a note of. Uh, United States is going to put the GDP on the blockchain, and the target is for 9 blockchains to be used, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Solana, and a few others. So that's good news for crypto. The World Liberty Finance token, which is owned by President Trump's family, by his kids, his sons, the trading for that begins on Ethereum mainnet today. Actually, it starts on September 1st. So just heads up for you guys. So there will be 20% of their tokens will be unlocked. So there will be some volatility on that. Uh, I don't know if you are involved in that. It's called WLFI, so World Liberty Fi. That's the name of the token, but there will be some volatility in that. But it won't impact Ethereum that much. But just heads up for you guys, there will be token unlock. So you know what happens when tokens unlock, a lot of people unload their tokens in the market, so it'll probably dump the price for that particular one. Also, an interesting news came out for CFTC to soon issue clarification to allow the United States users to trade on offshore crypto exchanges such as Binance and others. So this is very cool, very nice, important news event. It used to be many years ago, Binance and others were allowed to be used by folks living in the United States, but they banned it over the last 4 or so years. So hopefully this will go into effect. That'll be really good for folks here to be able to use Binance and other exchanges as well. The last thing I wanted to cover is Tether is expected to expand support for USDT on Bitcoin. Very interesting news, which will allow native USDT transfers within a Bitcoin wallet. So that'd be really good for Bitcoin, actually. So that covers everything, guys. Overall, we are looking bullish. Keep an eye on the levels that I covered. Bitcoin is looking good. Ethereum is looking bullish, more bullish than Bitcoin. I'm expecting this bull run to continue, and looking for higher prices in the month of September. Thanks everybody for watching. Until next time.